Cheevo, guys!
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another trophy guide. Wait, that sounds weird. My first trophy guide. I know some of you guys are super anti-Sony, but you know, ultimately what it comes down to is this was one of my favorite games from my childhood. This is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. It was originally an arcade game and also available on the Nintendo 64. I played this game a lot on the Nintendo 64, guys, and they actually just released a remastered version for PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Now, I gotta admit, when it comes to either choosing between Nintendo Switch and PS4, I'm going to play on the PS4 just because the Nintendo Switch doesn't have an achievement system. So I am going to be releasing my first trophy guide here for Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Hopefully it ends up coming to Xbox one day. It was published by Aspyr Media. They're the one that brought the game back. They actually released and remastered two other old Star Wars games. I believe that's Jedi Knight 1 and Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Now, just to clarify for those that are wondering, I won't release any trophy guides for games that are available on Xbox. If you see me upload a trophy guide, it's purely because the game is available on PlayStation only. Ultimately, I'm an avid Xbox fan, but you know, I do love video games in general. I own all three systems, and I don't want to limit my channel to one console, so I will be uploading Switch and PS4 videos here and there, but primarily Xbox content. I'd say probably 80% Xbox content. Now, anyway, this game is going to be an easy platinum. It's going to take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours if you use the cheat codes. So we're going to be typing in some cheat codes in the beginning of the game. You're going to start up a new save slot, do it on the first save slot, and you want to type in the cheat code on the screen. Now, the way that you type it in is you have to hold down the left trigger, which is going to be L2, and then while you're holding that, you have to press L1 to select the cheat code. So you're going to hold L2 and you're going to select the password with L1. After you've typed in the cheat code on the screen, you can go ahead and go to end and press L1 on end. If you did it correctly, it will say OK on the lower left hand side of the screen. After that, you can go ahead and create your official save. So type in whatever initials that you want to put in. I decided to put in CHE. And then after that, we're going to go to a second save slot and we're going to type in another pair of initials. Now what we want to do is make sure that we start our game on the second save slot. If you do this correctly, you'll pretty much have all of the characters unlocked in the beginning. I think except for Sebulba, and we actually have 2 trophies related to Sebulba specifically, but we'll be getting those after we complete the story. So for now, let's go ahead and select Anakin. We do have 1 trophy that is specific to Anakin, but we'll be getting that after we complete the story because we're going to be using debug mode and some cheats to progress through the story quickly, and then we'll get all of the miscellaneous achievements after. So let's start off with Anakin, and we're going to start off in the first circuit, which is the amateur circuit. There's 3 different circuits, guys, and each of them have 7 races. Once you select a race, you want to press right until it goes to winnings, winner takes all. This will put the whole prize pot for first place. Ultimately, we're going to be able to collect more money, which is good because if you get the winner takes all on all of the races, you'll have enough money to buy all of your upgrades and all of the pit droids. There's trophies related to both of those. Now, once you start your first race, you're going to press start, and then we're going to press left, down, right, up. This is going to enable the cheats menu. This will only work if you did the first cheat code with the save files. Now, this is going to pop up a cheat menu. First things first, we want to put the debug level on 6. This will enable us to skip forward and backward in the race. On top of that, we can enable invincibility, which will mean that we will not take damage off of crashing into any walls or, you know, your engines can't explode, anything like that. You can also lower the AI difficulty. We're not going to touch that for now because we should be able to beat the race with just the debug on the first couple races, but eventually we're going to need to lower the difficulty every time we jump into a race. So what you want to do is hold down R2 for gas. Meanwhile, you want to press X to skip forward and then triangle to skip backward. You're going to skip backward and forward amongst the finish line until you do 3 laps real quick. It just takes a few seconds to beat a race. After, you're going to unlock 3 trophies. One is called May the First Be With You. Second is This Is Pod Racing. And third is It's a New Lap Record. Alright, so now that we got the first race knocked out of the way, we're pretty much just going to be rinsing and repeating this process over and over until we complete all 21 races in the story mode. Just make sure that each time before you start a race that it is on winner takes all, because each race we want to be awarded the max amount of prize money, because we want to max out all of the upgrades on the car, and to do that we're going to need most of the money in the game. And once you complete a race, you cannot go back and play again for more money. So if you put it on winner takes all and you lose opportunity at winning any money in that race. Now, I really wouldn't advise spending any of your money until you get to the 3rd circuit, so after the 14th race, especially considering we can lower the difficulty. Now, I would recommend going to buy parts and just buying the first part available. It's only 400, and that will unlock a trophy for upgrading your first part. After that, you can go ahead and go down to buy pit droid. We're going to need to buy 3 total to max out our pit droids, and that will give us another trophy. However, you're not going to be able to buy that quite yet. I just wanted to make sure to mention it and show you where you buy the pit droids. They're 1,000 a piece, so ultimately you're going to need 3,000. I think there's 3 of them total. Now, a good chunk of these trophies are story related, meaning that you're going to unlock them after getting first place in some of these races. I suppose they are missable if you don't get first place, so just make sure that you get first place in every race. After all, we do have a trophy related to getting first place in every race in the story mode, so if for some reason you get 2nd or 3rd or even lower than that, replay the race, lower the difficulty. You just go to AI level and turn it all the way down. You want to use down on the D-pad. It lowers it much faster than pressing left on the D-pad. That's a big tip right there, because I actually wasted a bunch of time pressing left on the D-pad, because every race you have to go back in and adjust the AI difficulty. It doesn't stick from race to race. But yeah, if you end up losing a race, just make sure that you go back, lower the difficulty, and complete the race and make sure that you get first place, because we do need to get first place in all of the races, including the 4 extra levels once you complete the game. Now, if you're wondering how to disable the cheats, the only way to disable the cheats is to force close the game. So you have to close the game and then restart it, and then the cheats will be disabled. Now, if you've accidentally disabled them, like maybe you were playing in 2 sittings or something like that, you can still put the cheat code in the beginning. Just make sure that you go to a new save slot, you enter in the cheat code, and then you press N. Once it says OK, it's activated. That will enable the cheat on all of the save slots, so you can go back into the save slot that you were working on and continue where you left off. Just know that you're going to have trophies popping along the way for defeating certain enemies. Again, they only pop if you get first place. You're also going to get a trophy after completing each of the circuits. Again, there are 3 circuits, and then there are some extra tracks or levels after you complete the game. There are 4 total. You unlock 1 after completing each of the circuits, and then you unlock the last one after completing the game. So, as you can imagine, a big chunk of the trophies come from completing the story mode and getting first place in all of the races. It's much easier if you activate the cheats and debug mode to get first place. Plus, the races go by a lot faster, just about, anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds per race. I found that playing all 25 tracks with the debug mode activated as well as the cheats took about 30 minutes. So just know that for the story mode trophies, it's going to take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And if for some reason you're having trouble and you're not getting first place, even while using the debug mode, just make sure that you're lowering the AI difficulty at the start of each race. I would lower it down all the way to 2 or 3 just to get a guaranteed victory. Now, on the 21st track, which is going to be the last race of the 3rd circuit, you're going to face Sebulba. He's pretty much the main villain in the game, and again, we do have 2 trophies related to him. So we're going to unlock him after this race, and I'll be showing you how to get his miscellaneous trophies later in this video. But for now, I want to show you guys the 4 extra levels. All you need to do is go into the first 3 tracks and make sure that you get first place using the method that we've been using. Just go in, go to the cheat menu, lower the AI difficulty, and make sure that you get first place. You can do it nice and quick using the debug menu. Now, besides that, probably the most important thing that I'm going to tell you in this video, guys, is that you will not get the trophy for winning first place in all races unless you close the game first, because the trophy does not unlock with cheats. So you have to disable the cheats before you complete the last race. So those 4 bonus races after you complete the game, do not do the debug cheat method on that 4th race. Make sure that you go in and close your game. You can go to the menu, I think you press options and close application. Then you're going to restart your game. No cheats will be enabled, and you need to complete that last race legit. Now, before we dive into this final race and play our legit first race, we want to make sure that we upgrade our vehicle. So far we haven't spent any money except for that first purchase, which was only $400 or coins. Not sure what they call the in-game currency, but we should have enough money to max out all of the parts. Max upgrades for each section of your ship are available after completing the 2nd circuit. So once you're in the 3rd circuit, you can start buying these. However, I recommend just waiting until the end, just because you want to make sure that you do not waste any money on anything other than the max upgrade part. You'll completely waste your money if you spend it on any of the entry-level versions of these parts, and trust me, you need all the money you can get. I actually had to play through a 2nd time because I didn't have enough money. So make sure that you go to the best part in each category. But even then, after purchasing the max upgrade in each category, you're going to realize that your trophy does not pop. This is because you actually need to go to the character select, and you're going to have to select a different character and max out their upgrade. Not too sure why it works this way, but it took me forever to figure this out, guys. Go to the character called Bullseye Navior, not sure how you say it, and then you want to go to vehicle upgrades or buy parts, and you can actually purchase 1 extra upgrade with this character. I'm not too sure if it works with other characters, but this is the character I got it with. So go to top speed, there will be 1 additional upgrade available. Make sure that you purchase that, and that should trigger your trophy for purchasing all of the max upgrades. And again, if you're out of money, you're probably out of luck and you have to play through the story mode again, just because once you complete the races, especially if you do winner takes all, after the first attempt at each race, you can't win any additional money on those races. So once you run through them, you're not going to be able to win any additional coins. Now, after you complete that 25th race and you complete it legit, we're going to unlock 2 trophies, one called Invitation Accepted and the other one called the Fastest Racer in the Galaxy. That is the one for getting first place in all of the races, and that includes the 4 bonus races. Again, you need to make sure that you complete that 25th race, the last bonus race, legit with no cheats activated. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and mop up some miscellaneous trophies. We're going to get both of the trophies related to Sebulba, so go into the character selection and select Sebulba. You also want to activate mirror mode. It shows it on the lower left hand side of the screen. And we're going to get a trophy for playing in mirror mode as well. I'm not too sure what mirror mode is. I really didn't notice a difference. But yeah, we do get a trophy for completing a race in mirror mode, so make sure that you activate that. I think you can also activate mirror mode in the cheat menu at the very bottom. Now, Sebulba's vehicle actually has a weapon. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's circle to use the weapon. Now, what we need to do is hit 10 different opponents with this weapon. So what I did is I sped up in front of everybody, and then I activated my weapon, and then I just stepped on my brakes, and then anybody that passed me on the right hand side got hit by it, and eventually I ended up unlocking it. It's called Bantha Voodoo. That is for damaging 10 opponents with Sebulba's weapon. After that, just make sure that you get in first place. We do have another trophy related to getting first place with Sebulba called an especially dangerous Doug. You should also get your trophy for mirror mode. That one's called right. That's for completing a race in mirror mode. So now we're going to go back in and activate the cheat again. You can do it on a random slot and then go back to your main save slot. After that, we're going to start up a race with Anakin. Go down to the cheat menu and make sure that you turn the debug off to 0, and then you want to put invincibility on. Now, first trophy we're going to get is for getting a boosted start. To do this, you need to time it correctly. You might need to restart it a couple times until you get it, but right after it says 1, you want to press the gas, and eventually, once you get the time correct, you'll get a boosted start. That's going to unlock the Inca Bunga trophy. After that, you can go ahead and do a regular boost. To do a regular boost, you want to hold up on the left stick while pressing gas, and then you're going to see the boost meter on the right fill up. Once it turns yellow, you can press X to boost. Now, if you keep boosting, eventually your engine is going to overheat and it will catch on fire. Now, what we need to do is cool it down using R1. We'll also get a trophy for that. The good thing is that while you're invincible, your vehicle will not explode, so you can let it catch on fire and then just cool it down by holding R1. That will give you the trophy related to Anakin for letting your engine go to warning and then cooling it down. Now, we only have one last trophy, guys, and that's for going 1,000 miles per hour. I recommend going to the 3rd circuit and then going to the Andobi Mountain Run. In this level, we have a bunch of straightaways. Specifically, you have a straightaway right before a big drop, and while you're dropping down, you tend to hit 1,000 pretty easily. As you can see, I just slowed it down and I hit over 1,000. So just make sure that you have a fully upgraded pod, and then you want to play the Andobi Mountain Run. And just keep boosting, and eventually you should hit 1,000 miles per hour pretty easily on this level. Now that's going to unlock your platinum trophy called Now This Is Pod Racing. I hope you guys enjoyed my first trophy guide. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.